Hello, this is Daffyd Killerfish Wagstaff for Drawing Under the Influence with my good friend Matthew Scotto Waddingham. If you haven't watched the shows before, what are you doing here? You should really have watched these before. Anyway, the basic premise of the show is I take a drink, Squatto gets me to draw something, I've got 10 minutes to draw it in, and I better do it fast before all the vodka runs out. Ooh, that's not a good thing. All the vodka runs out. Oh, that's scary, that is. Right, let me just fix up my drink for this. Oh, we have Richard Wagner playing today. I'm not sure if I mentioned that. So
I can't hear it because I don't have the music on.
And
I'm deliberately not playing the music because of the fact that that gets distracting.
yeah, Sil has just said the vodka never runs out, comrade. So
Ah,
da. Actually, we should not perpetuate stereotypes such as that.
when did you become the Husara of what's actually meant to be allowed for in Russia?
Since I now technically own the country.
So, did you go on a holiday to Russia?
Yep.
Because you didn't send troops in; they all went on holiday to Russia.
Yeah, I went to holiday in Russia. The doors were wide open, so I just walked in and declared myself king.
Putin not happy.
Might have added a touch too much vodka to that. Oh well. Right. What numbers have I done, please?
3, 6, 8, and 12.
So number 1 can be done then.
We're going to do one?
I'm going to do 1. I'm going to do 1. Haha.
Are you drunk enough?
Hang on. Let me see. Well, I can still touch my nose. But how am I on balance? Let me just stand up for a second. Balance is relatively okay. But I've got that kind of slight feeling of invincibility. So, you know, I think I'm drunk enough.
Interesting that you said that sense of visibility.
Yep.
Do you remember the movie Spaceballs?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you remember the character of Pizza the Hut?
Yes.
Female Pizza the Hut.
Female Pizza the Hut. Would that make her Princess Dominoes? Right, okay.
No comment.
Are you ready with the timer, please?
Yeah.
So, go.
It's gone. Yes, and this one came from Dark New Zealand.
Because?
From a fellow Kiwi. As soon as I heard that, it's, oh, you magnificent bastard.
Well, yeah, here's the interesting fact for people watching the show. I'm actually half English. So, Squatto, at various points, declares me to be either a Kiwi or to be English, depending on what his mood is. So,
Stop bitching, Dutch boy.
yeah, I was born in Holland as well, so you know, fun times.
And just because of the fact you've made a joke with Abbott, you would be the enemy of the state because of the fact that you have multiple citizenship, so therefore you would be an enemy of the state simply for that fact. And this is coming from a man who was born in London. Abbott, I mean, not me, I was born in Australia.
Good. Right, I think I've got the good enough base there, but it needs to be just a little bit Now I've got to figure out how to make this bigger. Oh yes, there's a tool for that.
Because you're doing this, might as well actually point out a few little facts about the movie.
Yep, go ahead.
Right. At one stage, apparently it was going to be called Planet Moron.
That would make sense. I'm surrounded by assholes. And that's this episode that's also not able to...
And you were the one that did it this time.
And I'm the one I did it this time. I'm so sorry.
To be fair, you're actually quoting a movie, so...
I've decided, yes, that female Pizza the Hut is Princess Dominoes, just because I found that amusing. And I might have already made that comment at work earlier today.
Actually, a bit on the side with Domino's. Domino's in Australia announced a brand new thing, which is totally brand new. Okay, it's GPS tracking of your pizza order.
What, you mean like every other country does?
Yeah, pretty much. The reaction, though, from people in Australia has basically been, and this is meant to be interesting because, and on the other side, this is terrible. In reality, this is terrible. Basically, the reason why I say it's terrible is just because of the fact that, yeah, GPS things can work, but they can have a level of fudginess with it. Well, the way it's being managed at the moment is, this is pretty much telling people exactly where your people are, so that if you want to do anything to their drivers, feel free. Also, this is actually not so much for the people to actually know where their pizzas are, and more so that the company can have more control over what the drivers do. So, as an example, they've got a store where they might have, well, I don't know, 6 people working.
Yeah.
Pizzas orders, and when I say 6 people, I'm saying there's 2 drivers, the manager that's there, and 2 people that are cooking. And suddenly, the other person is just the cleaner that just happens to be in on that evening.
Yeah.
All that time. Suddenly there's a lot of, some big event comes up and there's 2 massive orders that have to be made and about half a dozen smaller ones. So, only 2 people are driving. And they need to have the manager on deck to do it. Because the manager can't leave the store, the ones that are cooking, they can't leave the store because they're not drivers. The drivers have to only, now normally they'll just go, hey, I'm going to be in this certain area, these 2 houses are practically in that same street, I'll just take these as well because then I can make easier deliveries. No, each delivery is one single delivery.
What's my time, please?
It's 5:50 now. So yeah, that's why the reaction from people is, this is going to be terrible. The reaction from the company is, we are so smart.
Me am so smart.
It also helps the fact that their drivers basically have certain limits on them. For instance, they can't speed in school zones. The problem is that school zones only go till about 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
Most people tend to order pizza in an evening after 4 o'clock.
This isn't very spacebally, I'm afraid. I just seem to have gone off on a random tangent.
Oh, it actually is. But that's North the Dot. cross between Dot Matrix and Pizza the Hut.
Yeah.
Anyway, other ones I was going to say with facts. Oh, now that's interesting. Satire, apparently with satire things, it's a thing, the movie could have, Spaceballs could have been made anyway, but Brooks was actually a admirer of Lucas's work and wanted to get his permission before he made the movie. So he went to Lucas just to make sure it was okay to get it done, and Lucas was like, yeah, sure, go for it, because he was working on his own, quote, funny film. The funny film was Howard the Duck.
Oh god, that film. Oh god, you've caused me to. I've lost all the ability to talk.
You're having Nam flashbacks.
Having Nam? No, I never went to Vietnam.
Maybe you like the well, didn't you complain about the roller coaster rides then?
No.
South Park reference.
I know. Right.
And I said that joke to someone that's like, why would they be joking about roller coasters in Vietnam? It's like, that's the point. And they're also making fun of the fact that people that have fake stories about going to war and that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so with that, with Spaceballs, the agreement that Lucas reached with Brooks was the fact that if they were going to make a Spaceballs movie, it could totally happen, but they were not allowed to be making any merchandising of anything from the show, from any merchandising. And now you probably know where that scene came from.
Merchandising.
Spaceballs,
the duvet cover.
Yeah. Spaceballs the shirts. Spaceballs the lunchbox. Spaceballs the flamethrower. Kids like this thing.
It's a hit with the kids. I suspect I've made her dressed sufficiently pizza-like. What's my time?
9:05.
Right, I guess I'm going to have to call it there then.
Going to find any of these other ones. Bill Pullman was also a first choice to be his character, to be Lone Star. Who was before him? Tom Cruise and Tom Hanks. So President Whitmore was behind Tom Cruise and Tom Hanks.
Right, let me just get my drink sorted out for the next one, and we'll keep talking about Spaceballs. Because,
yeah.
Well, shit, there goes the planet. Also a quote. It's just not me being crass.
Apparently, Mel Brooks has an allergic reaction to the latex they used in his yoga characters on his makeup.
Funny. Also, not funny because he's.
Yeah, apparently he had created a rash which spread up to his eyes. Part of this is also because of the fact he only gave the team 1 hour to apply his makeup or else he walked.
Yeah.
So, probably because of the fact they were rushing, they might have used the quicker stuff, which they're probably like, does this cause reactions? Yeah, it can. Oh, screw it, he's only the director.
He's only the director. Ah. Oh.
Also, the person that did Dot Matrix wasn't mine.
Makes sense.
And apparently, it was actually the person that did it was a woman, Lorraine Yarnell, who this is where it gets rather interesting.
Where'd I put the pen? There we go.
She was in a variety show in the 70s where she played one half of a robot couple.
Right. Numbers. What have I done?
Oh, here you go. The Pizza Hut one. The guy that actually played him refused to come because he found it so disgusting. Even though that's not Don DeLuise, that's actually someone else doing the.
Right.
I found that one disgusting, but yes.
Right. What numbers have I done? Haha. Oh, it's got to that point, has it?
1, 3, 6, 8, 12.
Let's do 5 then.
5?
Mhm.
Did you say 5?
5, yeah.
Yes, because you kind of cut out when you said that. Okay, it's Anders, TF, while he's drawing something.
TF whilst he's drawing something.
Yep.
Okay. Have you got the clock ready?
Yeah.
So I'll begin. Go.
And when you're ready.
I'm going.
Oh. Stop playing up the moment.
Okay.
It's getting, to me, I'm hearing it as slightly slightly good. Hearing it like William Shatner as he's acting. I have that because I like William Shatner's acting.
I actually follow William Shatner on Twitter.
Go on.
No, I was just saying I follow William Shatner on Twitter. Now, there's a very good reason why you don't give me free rein on what I do with with suggestions, because I will go weird.
Oh. Is that Dragon or Nago or who knows? Marx wants to know what the email is.
The email is drawingundertheinfluence@gmail.com. That is a real email address that we have sorted out specifically for this show. So,
Send your request there.
send your requests there. Let us know what you're interested in having me draw. I will see what I can do to do it for you.
Yep. Back on Spaceballs, here's something that's rather interesting.
Mhm.
Who do you think wrote the novelisation for it?
Bill Hader.
No.
No, I was wrong.
Another guess.
The guy who played Barth.
No.
Who was it then? Just tell me. It's easier than me guessing.
R.L. Stein.
Huh. Of Goosebumps fame.
Yep. Good for him. They had a novelisation written because of the fact that that was actually the one exception to the tie-in rule, and they could get away. It was kind of seen as the thing anyway. The bonus is the fact that when he wrote it, he actually changed the language.
Yeah.
So there was less swearing, and he made it all any adult references, and he made it more child friendly. I thought you could find that amusing.
There we go. Yeah, that is quite interesting. What's my time looking?
3:25. You technically got extra seconds because of stuff up from Skype. Skype!
Skype! You know what? I've got the feeling that this would actually look better as just a sketch coloured.
So you're not going to colour it?
I'm not going to ink it this time,
You're
because
going to go more detailed.
I'm going to go detailed in the colouringness. It's an official word. Look it up.
You're English. You've got to make up some English words.
Select I'm English. I get to make up words whenever I feel like it. Also, I get to be a New Zealander whenever I feel like it. It's great.
Ah.
Shut up, you. Yeah, didn't you? Did you get that? Did you get that? I thought that was clever.
I think I have at least one crack at there.
And that was actually much faster than what I usually am with jokes as well. So, right, the music has stopped, so I will just finish this image, and we'll swap on the next show. So, what are we doing? Where am I? Who are you? Why am I selecting green when I have so many other colour choices to do? Who knows? A nice purple, I think. We are sorry if I am breathing into the mic again, because I'm trying not to this time. Whatever the source of those snarky red comments on the YouTube videos are, I will one day track down who's doing that. I will introduce them to something or other. But you know.
And what shall you do at that stage?
I have no idea, because I don't plan things ahead of time. I'm that good. And so yeah, the red comments aren't me or Squatto. Speculations please onto who the red comments could be.
Your mama.
No, she's actually quite nice, and she wouldn't make snarky comments like that. Oh, sorry, you were making a your mama joke, weren't you? Oh, damn.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, I just totally missed that. Okay. What's the time, please?
6:40.
6:40. Okay.
Who's doing the red stuff? Rick Moranis.
What? Who? What?
Rick Moranis.
Rick Moranis. That would be like him, but you know, I'm not sure if he's that interested in being the snarky red comments on the YouTube videos. Yeah, the people in the stream are going, what are they talking about? Well, if you watch the YouTube videos, you'll notice that somebody has been leaving snarky comments, and in the most recent bunch I did. So that's what we're talking about.
Oh, for the record, when it comes to Rick Moranis,
Yeah.
what's he been doing of late? He hasn't done many movies since he gave up in the 90s.
Yeah, I haven't seen him for a while.
He officially left in 1996, 6 years after the loss of his wife, partly because he wanted to do more full-time care for his family. And since then, he hasn't really had much desire to go back to movies. But he has been doing comedy albums and country music.
Huh, okay.
We were looking up on Wikipedia. Apparently, he's also been doing voiceover work. Very rarely for some projects, though. What's he worked on? Brother Bear and Brother Bear 2.
I never saw Brother Bear 2. Mainly because I didn't think the first one was worth a sequel. Don't get me wrong, it was a good movie. It's just I didn't think it was worth having a sequel of it.
I'm doing a quick little check anyway.
time, please.
9:20.
Right, I suppose I'll have to call it there then.
I thought you weren't going to do coloration.
I know.
You lie.
I lie.
Lie!
Rule
Lie.
1, the doctor lies. Yeah.
You're not the doctor.
No, but I am the killerfish.
Now please turn and cough.
Right, thank you very much for coming and watching this particular episode of Drawing Under the Influence. This has been Daffyd Killerfish Wagstaff. My co-host has been Matthew Scott of Waddingham, and we will see you next episode.